Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing alright. Sorry, I do that a lot of times because when I start speaking more, when I'm making videos, I try to pronounce my voice so that there's a little bit more of an emphasis. When I do so, a lot of times I'll irritate my throat, which gets me to cough like that. Anyway, so like it's been, I could see, I'm starting to see myself a little bit better. I think one of the things when I get a little bit more sober, because I'm still smoking weed and taking a little bit of Suboxone, so I'm not technically sober, but I'm much better off than I have been in a very long time. And whenever I've been here, I noticed that it's easier for me to kind of look outside of myself and see myself like from other people's perspectives, or even from like kind of like a third eye, like eagle's eye perspective. And I look down on me and I see me, and in doing so, I could see, like, I try to put myself from a female's perspective, and like how would they look at me, and it's like I could see how I'm not an easy person to love. Like, I talk about love all the time and stuff like that, but I could be, I've got a lot of baggage. I got a lot of emotional fucking, I've had a lot of emotional issues, and I'm working on, still continuing to work on resolving my emotional issues. And especially since the only way that me and a particular person are communicating right now, or exchanging information, is through YouTube. And I spend a lot of time on YouTube talking about things that aren't pertaining to her or relationships. And I could see how from her perspective it's like, well, does this dude even really like care about me? And it's like as I'm looking at myself and seeing myself, it's like I'm starting to, like, there's the movie The Soldier a while ago with Kurt Russell. It's one of my favorite movies, actually, and he did a really good job portraying like a soldier who's been trained to fight, and like that's all he really knows. And it's he ends up being like orchestrated, because they end up, it's a good movie. If you should go check it out. But anyway, he ends up being dumped on a planet, a garbage planet. This is in the future, and on this garbage planet there's like a number of civilians. I think they got dropped there somehow, I forget how. And anyway, like, he befriends this community, and amongst this community he like, there's nobody there that's really like a soldier like he is, so he ends up helping this community out. And there's also a female there who's with another dude, but the dude ain't quite a soldier like Kurt Russell is, and the chick ends up liking Kurt Russell. But like in the movie, they do a good job, or decent job, of showing how it's difficult for somebody like Kurt Russell, being the soldier that he is, and knowing nothing, or largely nothing else but enduring pain and administering pain on others, how hard it is for him to love, and to, like, just like that. It's just a good dynamic, like just seeing this like perfectly built human being who's also like Kurt Russell. I mean, he's fucking, kind on the eyes and shit like that. To see this dude, but also capable in all these like abilities to fuck shit up and be a soldier and endure pain, and he's tough. And he, like, there's this scene where he's like pulling like these people out of a sandstorm, and it's like, who the fuck is this guy? And but at the same time, like, he can't even really love, like he doesn't know how to love. And it's just, that movie did a good job portraying that dynamic. And like for myself, like, especially because I've spent so much time on my own, and so much time, like, kind of like obsessively working on this project, I have put myself into a position to where it's like I'm in this routine where I'm used to just doing this over and over and over again. And I realized that in doing so, I've spent so much time in this that I've lost touch, a little bit, with my ability to socialize and to be there for another, and to, like, give off the energies of somebody that's really accepting and wanting another person into their life. And it's like, I've also dealt with a lot of issues in my relationships with my former friends, and because of that, I'm very standoffish against like other people. It is what it is. So, and unfortunately, that spills over into, my personal relationships. And also being here, living with my parents without an income, it makes me feel a little iffy about being able to provide for a female, even though I know that's just the enemy talking. Like, because what I'm working on right now is not only, it's going to set us up good in a number of different ways. And at the same time, I'm perfectly willing to work a normal job, especially if I found a woman who wanted to share my life with me. Right now, because I don't have that immediate thing in my life, I'm not as motivated to go out and work, and I feel so committed to the project. And it's because literally this project is designed, you guys might not believe it, I don't know, but it truly is designed with the intent to help feed starving children, provide animal shelters, go against the corruption, the child trafficking, the whole 9 yards. But in order to do that, you got to go through the steps. Like an army is only as powerful as its supply chain. So that needs to be the first step we take, is developing a secure supply chain. Otherwise, your enemy can easily take out your supply chain and you're fucked. But if you have a good, clean, alternative, supply chain that's also protected and able to be protected by the people, then and it's also, that supply chain in itself is also a revenue system chain, and that is what's going to help feed and expand your movement. So until that's the first step. From where I'm standing, that's the absolute first step. So that's why I've been spending so much time, energy, attention on developing that, is because once that gets going, then we can start developing the army and the business and the revenues and all this and that and the skills and the trade schools and the holistic healing and the rehabilitation and everything. But it needs to first start with the supply chain. And that's also because, especially with the election and everything that's going up, I'm still feeling that we are vulnerable. America's supply chain is vulnerable. So that's something that if I was an enemy, I would take advantage of that vulnerability and go after the supply chain. So, I mean, that's why they really should be working on this, but whatever. But anyways, all right, I love y'all. Take care. Bye.